What did you make of the entirety of the Magic versus Pelinka day that was yesterday?
I'll just say this. When you look at somebody that's just been accused by one of the great American sports heroes of all time, right? Of all time, literally is a part of saving the NBA and creating the NBA. When he says that you are a snake and you have betrayed me, and your response is like, me? I can't believe you would say that about, I had no idea. That right there lets me know that he knows everything that he is doing. When you act surprised that someone says these things about you, and your only response is, I can't believe he would say those things. I had an amazing experience. Of course you had an amazing experience. You now have that man's job. So to me, it was, his response didn't warrant. If someone were to say those things about me and my character and how I go about things, not saying that you have to go back twice as hard, but you have to say, these things are untrue. I'm disappointed that he felt that way. There were things that needed to be addressed. You can handle it in a professional way, not in a like, oh my God, I can't believe he would say these things. I'm just completely caught off guard.
Swagoo, I'll give you a crack at this. What did you make of the entire situation top to bottom?
It's just amazing as hell that Magic Johnson can attack your character and then you get up there and talk about how great of a 2 years it was.
Exactly.
Gee, if you did that to me and you going war on television.
Twitter.
The second thing is, and this is what I thought about when I was listening to Magic talk. He's Jeanie Buss's friend, like brother. That's how they describe the relationship. But Jeanie Buss is the problem. And Magic doesn't want to say that. But if you really, to unpack what we're talking about with the Lakers, it's Jeanie Buss. She's allowing these, when you're in ownership, when you're on the Iron Throne, all right, when you're Daenerys or you're Cersei on Game of Thrones, which Jeanie Buss is, you have to delegate power to people. Right? And that's the position she wants to be in. Magic, you're the president. I'm going to facilitate a team underneath you to do all the basketball operations. Jeanie Buss knew damn well Magic Johnson wasn't going to be in the office every day. Yeah. All right? This man is running 1,000 corporations right now. She wanted him to be a part of the Lakers' face, to make pitches to get guys like LeBron James to come to the Lakers, to be a part of basketball as you described it. But to go in on Rob Pelinka, I'm still asking the question, and maybe one of you three guys can tell me, who the hell is Rob Pelinka to make basketball decisions for the LA Lakers?
He was the seventh man on the Fab Five.
Yeah, very quickly, in case you are wondering that, maybe we shouldn't assume everyone knows that, he was Kobe Bryant's agent. He was a high-profile agent. Primarily, he was Kobe Bryant's agent. He was also, if the Fab Five had been the Super Seven, he came off the bench on Michigan's team when Jalen was there. But that's neither here nor there for the purposes of this conversation. So, what do you think of all this?
Well, I think it's hard to watch because you know what Magic means to the Lakers and what he means to the league. But I think Pat Riley said it best. Magic's going to speak the truth. So if he felt a certain way, that's the way he feels. And it came across as very authentic. And I think when you think about Magic and the way he came up with Pat Riley, when you have great leadership, you have strong order. And if you don't have great leadership, there's going to be chaos, and I think that was revealed.
You made this point this morning. You've been to Bill Belichick's practices, is what you were saying. Tell us what you see as that and why that applies to this.
Well, I think the big thing, when you go around an organization, you can see a culture by how they do everything, how they practice, how they concentrate in meetings. Everything does matter, and you know, like Riley has always been that way. I think the Celtics have that with Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens, and they don't allow people to intervene with what the plan is. There's order. You can't circumvent that order.
The disagreements are going to happen. I understand what you're saying, and look, it feels like we're piling on Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss, which we should, but we also should put Magic in his responsibility.
Yes.
Like Magic, we grown men. All right, I see G when I come up to New York. If Jeff said, G talking about you don't work hard, you don't put the time in, you don't do this. Hey, G, let's go sit down in a room as men and figure out what is the he say, she say going on so we can work together or we can decide to part ways. The thing that I didn't like was Magic talking about people talking behind your back. Gee, you know I'm like this when we were talking about the Steelers earlier this year. Yeah. Go to the man and have a conversation. Yeah. Don't just go by what everybody else is talking about, Rob Pelinka is doing and Jeanie Buss and all of these. You can not like the environment, but if you think a guy is talking behind your back, be a man and go talk to him. Ask him what the issue is.
Look, I love what Magic did. We're going to get into more of, did he help the Lakers case or not? But at the end of the day, there is too many stories that I have heard, that other people have heard, not only about the dysfunction between Rob and Magic, but between Rob and other people, the organization. There are so many layers to this. And when you talk about culture, my favorite one is Miami. Miami has Pat Riley, and then they have Eric Spoelstra. And that is it. That is all you hear, and that is the order. Nothing gets past Pat Riley. Pat Riley comes down and will check body fats. He will make sure people are working. Everything is done. There is no question about who is the leader, and I believe if we're talking about that being one of his mentors, that Magic Johnson looked at Pat Riley and said, I want that type of control. I want to have my coach. I want to get my players. I'll help bring in free agents. But all of a sudden, they're like, well, Magic, yeah, that's all fine. You can help with free agents and you're the title, but you're not the person running things. And that's why he's like, okay, I'm out.
Right. And so who in that organization, though, if Riley's making all these decisions, who's doing all the important work that Kurt Rambis is doing, that Linda Rambis is doing, that Phil Jackson is doing, and all these other cooks in the kitchen in Los Angeles? Your point is no one. And that's exactly right. And that's the problem in Los Angeles right now. So the first thing you said was the smartest thing you said. This is all ultimately at the very top of the organization with Jeanie Buss. Marty Schottenheimer once said to me, if I'm the coach of a football team and the players are looking over my shoulder at somebody else, I have no chance to succeed. It's so bad in LA now, they don't even know in which direction to look because there are so many people standing over the coach's shoulder. It's ridiculous. And in this case, the coach wasn't even the coach. It was Magic Johnson, for crying out loud.
I was a part of an atmosphere like that in Dallas when Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator, was getting paid more than the head coach. Right?